Hi, and welcome to the podcast. We don't have a name yet, but it's coming, I promise. My name is Elijah, and this is Charles.
I'm Charles.
We're ready to start right now. Hit the button, the circle button.
Yeah, this one.
Yeah, all right,
Yeah,
cool.
all
Hi, and welcome back to the podcast. My name's Elijah, this is Charles.
Oh shoot, is Charles here? What's up?
Charles. Hope you guys had a good week. We're back. We're ready to go. After our 5 days of just getting in our heads and thinking about what we want to name to this podcast, we actually do have a name. If you want to do a drum roll. Thanks, that was good. It's going to be the Untitled Podcast. We decided that the Untitled Podcast really just puts this podcast into a category that it needs to be in. So it's the Untitled Podcast. That's what we decided. We're going to upload on Sundays because that's kind of like the easiest day to get it up, to be able to work on it, because nothing happens on Sundays really. So we have a few things we want to get into today. The first being Fortnite's new limited time game mode that they released. When did they do it? Was that yesterday? 2 days ago?
Couple of days, yeah. They had it before though, you said, right?
They had it for 1 day. It's the playground mode. Charles, do you have anything? You want to start this? You want to kick it off?
Yeah, I can. So what we did was last night we played a couple games, right, of this, and basically it's just like you just have your one squad and like nobody else is in the lobby.
Whoa.
So then. That's like your one squad though. We were on the same team.
Yeah. There's only 4 people in the game that we know of, because that's all that. Yeah.
And like so we just decided to experiment stuff. The first game we like took out Tilted. That was the first game, right?
Yeah, we just covered it.
Yeah, and then we went to Whaling. We cleared that out, made like a nice little fort. The third game, we went back to Tilted, but we had a surprise. We had like 2 randoms that we got matched
crazy.
with.
One of them was like super good too. It didn't make like, so there was one no skin, and they were really really bad. Like how many grenade launchers do you think they bought?
I don't know. That's literally all they did.
They just kept getting wood, and then they'd get grenade launchers.
And like they wouldn't like fight back or anything. It was pretty weird. Like they just kind of like crouched and like walked away.
And the other dude could shoot you from 1,000 meters away. It didn't make sense. You shoot one shot and then you'd be dead. It was irritating. It was like, I was talking to my friend Mason, who is bad at console, earlier, and I told him that it was actually, I can say that because he doesn't listen. I was talking to him, and I told him that was like the first time that I ever legitimately thought about like rage quitting, and like since Black Ops, like the original Black Ops that came out. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the game mode. I think
it was pretty fun, and we one-on-one and stuff after that.
Yeah, we played
a little bit.
We played it. Well, you got off and you went to go lift.
Oh, so after that, yeah.
Yeah, I played with my friend Caleb Gill. Shout out to Caleb Gill, who is like a toddler with a controller. Talk about being bad on console. All right, like we went to, what he and I did was we only played one game because he had to work today, so he got off. But I lost my train of thought.
You went on one?
Yeah, I went on one. We went to Tomato Town, and what I did was I just built walls up so that like you could only land in Tomato Town, and then we just like kind of killed each other. But he didn't, like, it was, the game ended 15-1 in my favor. He kind of didn't put up a fight, so that's why I called him a toddler with a controller. But I understand at the same time, because he only plays games like 2K and Madden,
and even that he doesn't really play.
And when he does play, he plays with country music in the background. So there's a lot of problems with Caleb's gaming style. It doesn't matter. We don't have to get into that. But then Charles came back, and we 1v1'd each other. It was kind of stupid. Every single game, I'd be up like 3-0. I'd blow a 3-1 lead every single time, and then I think we played. How many games we played? 3.
We played two
Two?
or three. I don't remember.
I don't know. I feel like we played a few games like of actual Fortnite, like duos,
Yeah.
and that wasn't going well for us at all. I don't think we made it out of wherever we land, like the initial place that we landed.
We might have like once. It was bad. We had a terrible night.
Not good. We needed our teammate Owen, who is bad at PC. We needed him back, you know. But he wasn't coming back because he's on vacation. But yeah, it's a good game mode. Better than 50v50. Better than Thanos. Not as good as the gold. I like the all gold.
Fun. I like 50v50 though too. It just depends what you're looking for, honestly.
As we talked about before, I hate 50v50. I hate 50v50. I hate it. That's gonna turn on. Yeah, so it's a good game mode. There's a lot that you can do with it. There's a lot of things that there are a lot of possibilities you can do. We talked about like, if you had a full squad of your friends, you could do 2v2, just like split a named location on the map in two, and then just like build up or like build castles and then go for it, which I think would be pretty dope. I want to try that at one point. But yeah, I like it a lot. I think it should be a permanent game mode. They should just put it out there for you. I don't know. Maybe when because this is like just the beta still, you know.
Maybe they're just testing it and stuff.
Maybe when like the actual game comes out, it'll all be like all the game modes will be on there. Except for I feel like Thanos won't, just because it's like that's like limited time.
Yeah, that was like a special edition type of deal.
Yeah. But no, I'm excited. I'm excited to see what the full game when it comes out has to offer. Speaking of offers, do you know? Oh wait, you got.
But also like. I don't think we really like explain the game mode at all.
Oh, okay, that's right.
So like
we should
just
talk about
start
how much we like it.
about.
You wanna explain it?
Yeah, it's basically if you had to compare it to something, I would compare it to like Minecraft. I think you said that last night.
Minecraft with guns, it's dope.
Yeah, and basically if you like the materials are like boosted like crazily. Like if you knock down a tree, you're getting like 500 wood. It's like insane. So you're gonna max out your materials really fast. Pretty much just build whatever you want, and yeah, you could just do a lot of different things. Like you said, 2v2s, 1v1s, like whatever you're feeling, you know.
It's pretty. I like it. I like it a lot. It's just it's basically it's a playground. You just go in. You have an hour to play.
Oh, yeah.
An hour and 5 minutes, depending on where you land, because the circle closes in after the hour is up, and if you're like on the edge of the map, you'll get taken out quick. If you're like in the center, sometimes you'll make it to the 5 minutes. It just depends. But no, it's a good game mode. I'm excited for. Hopefully it'll be permanent because there's just a lot that you can do. I think it'd be nice sometimes, like in some situations, if the time was longer. If you got an hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, if you could like set the time or something,
yeah,
that'd be pretty cool.
It is crazy though, because we played 2 games and it felt like it went by super quick.
We was just grinding. Like.
Honestly, it did get to the points where he killed me so much and so often that I just told him I was getting off. I got really mad, and then I felt bad. I was gonna text him, but then I was already asleep. But yeah, I had a smooth transition, but it got wrecked. We're gonna talk about Boogie Cousins going to the Warriors. Whether it was a good idea or not. You gonna? I'm not like I don't know all that about basketball. So Charles.
Okay, so basically he signed with the Warriors. His contract's only 1 year for $5 million. So basically he signed the mid-level exception. So it didn't matter how much cap the Warriors had or not, because that's the mid-level exception is like $5 million. So you can sign one player to that. I'm not sure if it's one or not, but that was their first one for that. And he didn't really get any offers from anybody else, and that's basically because of his locker room issues and stuff like that. He's kind of like he has like a temper, I guess you could say. But what were you gonna
I
say?
guess you could say.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say that I had heard that that he got no offers, and so he was kind of just like, well, I'll go to the Warriors. Which I mean, if that's what I would do. I mean, who in their right mind wouldn't want to play for that team?
Yeah, I mean it's pretty much
It's
ring,
it's a
like-
guaranteed ring, unless if something breaks. Like I don't know, Katie has some chicken legs, so I feel like you hit him one too many times, you might just fall like a tree in Fortnite. I'm sorry.
yeah. Something else I was gonna say. So he did sign 1 year. So I was thinking like, I think he's gonna leave next year after he gets a ring. Well, if they win, which they probably will. But I think he'll leave.
5 All-Stars on the run.
Yeah, pretty much 5 All-Stars. Yeah, I saw a tweet, and it said like who would win, the Warriors starting 5 or the East All-Stars starting 5, and it was like it didn't even look like a good matchup. Like the Warriors probably would have destroyed them.
Are you being for real?
Oh yeah, like
Yeah.
that pretty much is an All-Star team. You
No.
got 2 MVPs, you got 3 other All-Stars with them. So like,
I guess that makes sense. I just think it's funny because he got 0 offers from anybody else, and he could have resigned, right? Like
yeah, with the Pelicans, but I think because Rondo was on the Pelicans and he signed with the Lakers, so I feel like that was like a deal breaker for him.
gotcha.
So
I saw that Anthony Davis wore Cousins' jersey during the All-Star game, and somebody said that was to try to get him to come back, which I feel like that's just stupid. I think he just got an injury, but
yeah, it's because he got injured
Yeah.
or whatever.
but I saw that. I thought it was funny because he wore the jersey and everything, and then Boogie was just like, he just pieced out. He was gone. He was just like, I'm done. This is trying to get a ring. I'm going to the Warriors, and they just waltzed into the Bay. So that Boogie Cousins to the Warriors, LeBron James to the Lakers.
Yeah, and like a lot of people were trashing on him for doing that, but like, what else are you supposed to do? I get he could have re-signed, but realistically, are the Pelicans even gonna do anything? Probably not. So, I mean, if the Warriors are the only ones other than the Pelicans that he could have went to, then I don't know. I feel like you can't 100. You can be mad at him for all you want, but I feel like there's more blame than just on Boogie, like the other teams that didn't want to offer him.
What if he went to the Lakers?
Yeah, that'd be crazy. Like with all the LeBron hype and all that.
LeBron hype. Did you see? I saw that. Did you see that? Somebody leaked that Lonzo tore his meniscus, and so
yeah.
he wouldn't get traded. I saw a bunch of memes like LeVar hit him in the kneecap a bunch. like you gotta stay in LA. You gotta get a ring. Just hits him with like a chair. I think it's just one of the, I don't know. The Ball family.
Yeah, I think he was. He could have been in the Kawhi trade if they were to trade for him, which we talked about last time a little bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Has he said anything about anything, Kawhi? Like, is he going anywhere yet or no?
I don't think they worked out a trade or anything. I know they were talking about Lakers and Philadelphia, but I don't think they've made any progress.
Gotcha. I saw that he said that he would just sit again. He'd sit another year.
That'd be crazy. And then he would probably leave because this is his last year on his contract and stuff.
Is it?
Yeah.
Gotcha. I didn't. All right. So I don't know. It's whatever.
Yeah.
All right.
Boogie's gonna be Boogie.
Yeah. I like. Have you ever heard like the clip? Have you heard the clips where he'll like block somebody?
No, I haven't.
I think we talked about this Tuesday, where he'll go up and block somebody like, get the F out of here.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they all like they have to all do that, but like I feel
probably.
like it's just Boogie, so it's just like he's just so loud and he just does it. I think that's kind of funny. But yeah, so Tuesday we had a big day, big day, right? You
can say that.
Should we walk through the day?
Why not?
All right, so
Why not?
we'll go through because
Probably the highlight of the week, honestly.
highlight of the week, Tuesday.
That was our busiest day, probably.
Yeah. So on Tuesday, we went up to a basketball tournament up in Jackson, Michigan. Jackson, Clear Lake, or Grass Lake. My day started. So I told Charles to get me at 11:50, and we were gonna drive up. We had to pick up our friend Evan. Shout out to Evan. If you're listening to this, you're the reason that we won one of our games. Pretty much the only one that we won. You and Simon. So shout out to Simon too if you're listening to this. But I told Charles to get me at 11:50, and he showed up like 7 minutes late. Which that doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal, but it is because we had to drive. We had to like pick Evan up, and then we had to drive an hour away, like on top of that to get to this tournament.
That started at 1.
It started. So he picked me up at 11:57, and we still had to get Evan and then drive an hour. So it's just, we're on a crunch time. I probably should have said to get me earlier just to be safe. I don't know.
You know I'm gonna show up. Well, I don't know. It's either I'm gonna show up late and I'm gonna be like, oh, fashionably late, or I'm like, yo, I'm on time. Like,
yeah, because you drive like 95 and a 40. I know. Remember? I know.
What do you mean?
When we went to McDonald's,
95 is a stretch.
You blew through a stop sign.
Oh my gosh.
So,
95 is a stretch.
Charles, anyway, Charles showed up late to pick me up, 7 minutes. And then on the way to get Evan, so Evan works at a golf course over this bridge on the highway. And like, I don't know why, but we put like our township put roundabouts like on the entrance and exit ramps, so that like it's to keep traffic flowing, but it doesn't make sense for our town because it's just a small town here in Bedford, and so we get there, and I don't know if Charles just didn't realize that we were coming up, and he had to stop, like he had the yield sign, but the car in front of us was stopped waiting to go because another car was going around the roundabout, and Charles was. I got like within 2 feet of just nailing the back of this car, going upwards of 35 miles per hour. Like it was close.
Yeah.
I put my seatbelt on. I was like, oh, please keep me safe. Please keep me safe, Jesus.
Well, to be fair, all right. So yield doesn't mean stop, first of all, but that doesn't mean I shouldn't have stopped.
If the car in front of you stops, you should stop.
And second of all, we even said like they could have went 5 different times.
Oh, they had a lot of time to go. Like they could have gone, but they didn't. But I feel like if there's a stopped car in front of you, you should go.
I thought they were gonna go. Like they could have went like any time.
Okay, but they weren't. They weren't going.
They were dumb.
They were.
And I stopped, and we didn't die, and it was all good.
We didn't. But so then we drove around because they got on the highway, and then we drove around, went around another one. That went smoothly because we had the right of way, so we didn't have to stop. We just kept going, and then we had to drive like like a mile down the road to where Evan works. And when we pulled in, I'm gonna be honest. I'm pretty sure we pulled in the wrong side.
Because we passed it, remember? And you said, "Oh, just going right here." Oh no, that was later. That was at the church. Never mind.
That was at the campground. No. When we picked up, because it branched off. Do you remember that?
We definitely went in the wrong side.
Yeah, but when we pulled in, we pulled in the entrance that we pulled into, and Evan was just walking down the driveway like a boss. He had a bag slung over his shoulder. He had sunglasses on. I wonder if he found those sunglasses.
I don't know. He didn't really say.
I should probably text him.
We gotta ask him that. Yeah.
Well, I'll text him after this.
Wait, text him right now, because then we can say it in the podcast, man. We gotta let the viewers know.
You're right. So you want to keep going? So Evan's like walking down.
Yeah. So he was like walking down. It's just a super long driveway, and he's like literally almost to the end. And I was like, "Geez, he really timed that perfectly." Like he really did. He really got there. He was like right at the end, and then we just scooped him up, and then So I didn't want to go all the way back down, so I just kind of like turned around.
You did that swift three point turn. I texted him. He'll text me back in a minute.
Yeah, and then he's like, yo, I just cut that grass or like trimmed it or whatever. He's like, yo.
Yeah. He's like, hey, that's my work that you're driving on. He's like, hey, chill out, boyo, because you kind of drove on the grass for a second.
Like it was like a tad. It was only like one tire.
One tire.
Maybe two.
Maybe two. Maybe the whole car.
But we were in a hurry, so we had to get going.
We had to go.
Yeah.
We had to go. We were getting close to like being able, like it was getting to the point to where like when we were getting close, I thought they might just start without us, you know. And nobody that was there was gonna call us. Like I don't think that any of nobody's gonna be like, hey, are you guys coming up today? So it's whatever. Shut up. So we get there. All right. So we pick up Evan. He's walking on the driveway with sunglasses on. Charles actually hit. So we're driving up. It's July. Today is July 6th. It's a Friday. We went up Tuesday the 3rd. Which is the day before Independence Day. July 4th. And so there's just cops everywhere, just hounding on people that are speeding. And Charles hit 95 on the 95. I think that right. So when we hit 95, like I looked over at the speedometer, right? Mm-hmm. I see it, and I think that I had already seen 3 people pulled over, like 3 people pulled over, and so like in my head I'm like, oh my gosh, we're not making it to this tournament. It's over. It's done.
We were either gonna be super late or we were gonna
be right there on time.
Or we were gonna get pulled over.
Or pulled over. Super late, pulled over, get there on time magically. Just magically. It doesn't any of those options, right? So we're going 95 out on the freeway. We get there. Other than that, really, I think I spelled it wrong.
Alright. So do you guys know if you spell holiday with 1 or 2 L's?
Holiday.
I know this isn't live, but like
it's 2. It's 1.
You were saying.
Oh, it is 1.
It's 1. I spelled it wrong. I'm an idiot.
No, it kind of looks right though. Like at the same time, it looks wrong.
I feel that. So anyway, there's lots of cops. There's a ton of cops everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's just like there's a blue state police cop car, policeman car. We arrive. We walked in, and when I looked, so the tournament started at 1, and when I looked at my clock, I'm on my phone, it was 1:07. So we were 7 minutes late, and Charles was 7 minutes late to pick me up. So,
but we should have probably left earlier, and then I wouldn't have had to go 95, and that would have been a lot more ideal. But
but we didn't.
The speed limit is 70, so technically I was going 25 over, but we were doing it safely.
As safely as you can drive 95 miles per hour down a highway, yes, we were safe. Evan was passed out. Evan didn't even know.
I know. Oh yeah, he fell asleep.
Yeah, he's like I'm beat, and then he passed out.
Like we were showing him the podcast and stuff. We were like playing it because he didn't see it yet because he didn't have time or whatever. And then he just passed out. Like, 20 minutes in, like.
I mean, he only missed 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's probably like the best 10 minutes of the podcast, though, if we're being honest with each other.
Yeah, probably.
Go listen to our last podcast. Anyway, so we get there. We're supposed to have a 4th. His name's our friend Joey Bockley, but he was on vacation, and so like I don't know how we didn't. There's just a miscommunication. That's all it was. Like he thought it was on one day, and it was on the other.
He thought it was the 5th, so yesterday.
Yeah, but no, that's not right. So we were supposed to have 4, and the gym was so hot. Like as soon as you walked in the gym, it was just like walking to a wall, like a brick wall. And so like immediately I was like, dude, we need we're gonna find a 4th because we can't. There's no way we're gonna last playing with only 3 people. And so we picked up our friend Simon, who he played for us. Yeah, I think how many points did he have in our first game?
He might have just had that 1. He might have had 2.
I think he had 2 because I think he had the game winner,
like the layup and then the mid range.
Yeah.
Because he didn't like start. Like he came like he was like our fourth, and it was a 3-on-3 tournament. I don't think we said that at all.
Yeah.
So, so yeah, he like was our like sub, I guess. He was like, oh no, like this is your guys' team. I'm just joining. So he like volunteered to like come off the bench or whatever.
Honestly, 4-man of the year.
Yeah,
Fourth man of the year.
Fourth man of the year.
So he comes in. He and I switched spots. I went out for him, and he had a layup. He drove and had a layup. They got it. I think that tied it, right?
Yeah.
Because we were down 5-0 at one point, and then we came up. I think Evan hit a shot. I think you had a shot, right?
Yeah, I hit it too. And
then he hit 2.
Mm-hmm.
He had a mid range, and then he had the layup, which actually they put us up 6-5. We ended up winning that game.
Yeah, our defense just like
it was bad.
Was total. Well, after they got 5, our defense was locked down because
we actually played
left.
for real.
Yeah.
Then we had a 1-game break, which was 7 minutes that we had to like rest, and then we played it was actually our friends Levi and Gabe, their coach Zach Posta, Levi Ellerton, Gabe Ellerton. You guys, shout out to you guys, and then their friend Bryce. They were the North Point Raptors, which is pretty dope. Oh, we were the Electric Salamanders.
If anybody was wondering.
If anybody wanted to know what our team name was, it took us a lot shorter time to think of that name than it did the podcast name, because I don't have an answer. I don't have, like, why did it take us so long to think of that?
I don't know. Like we were like, yo, what should we?
We had a lot of names,
and then like the podcast bros, like the Twitter @ or whatever.
Yeah,
I thought that was pretty dope. Oh, I thought that was pretty dope.
I changed it. Follow us on Twitter @ Untitled Podcast. Yeah. So we played the second game. We got really off topic really fast. We played the second game. It was, I want to say it was like 2. Did I tie it with that shot?
Might have been like 3-3.
I think it was 3-3. It was a close game, like, between us, because they're like wrestlers, Levi and Gabe are, and then Bryce played basketball. Like, you could tell he played basketball for real. But Gabe is crazy athletic and Levi's really physical.
They were just they were
getting boards.
They were all up in us. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean. Come on now.
So
not like that, but
so
like, you know,
it was like
their defense was tight.
Yeah, they played well. They played well. They ended up they beat us, but it was what was it 1-3? 1-3, because then Evan had a layup.
Wait,
like when I hit, because I hit a 2. I hit a 2.
Yeah, you hit a
then
2.
It was 3-3. Evan hit a layup. We thought we were up, and then I want to say that Bryce hit a 2, and it was just like that dagger
like,
shot.
Yeah, it really was.
That KD dagger shot.
We were
game
not
3.
coming back after
that. No. Simon was in for that. Like at that point, did you come out for Simon that game?
I did. And we probably should have won that game, but we literally could not hit a shot.
No.
Like it was.
Like, I'm not a shooter at all whatsoever, and I just pulled up because I was like, well, if I'm going out, I'm going out in style, and it went in. I thought I missed. So that's how confident I was in that. But we lost 5-4, and then the North Point Raptors continued. They actually won it, but they won it with Evan. So Evan kind of pulled a KD move. Lost to a team and then joined them. If you can't beat them, join them, right? But yeah, he won it. He won it with them. They ended up. They won it. The last the 4 games of the tournament were dumb because they were playing 3-on-3 full court for 20 minutes.
Yeah, that was pretty dumb.
Yeah, like the games just droned on forever and ever, and they were like everybody was tired. There was almost fights in one of the games.
Yeah, they were playing 20 minutes, right?
Yeah, 20.
And they were like, it was either you play for 20 minutes. Or whoever gets to 21 first by 1s and 2s, and nobody was gonna get to 21 or whatever.
There's no way. No way at all. So like the day went on. You guys went swimming. I went and saw my family because my whole family was up there. So I went and talked to them for a little bit.
Oh yeah, so like, and the courts, they were not like
Oh.
regulation courts at all. They were like, there was carpet on the ground, like over some like what would you say, concrete? Like it was a really hard floor. And then like the rims were not 10 feet; they were like 9.5. Because like I was
9.5
almost,
in
yeah,
there.
I was almost like dunking, and that shouldn't like it was like coming easy. So like yeah, and that kind of threw us off a little bit for the shooting at least.
You think so?
Oh yeah,
I believe that.
Evan, because like Evan, right, he played varsity, so like he's. I mean, it's not like he's no stranger.
I know. Yeah,
So,
you're
like,
right.
and,
And
like,
none of us were hitting shots at
Yeah.
all. So
It's a lot different. So yeah, swimming.
swimming. You guys went swimming. Sorry.
Yeah.
You guys went swimming, and then
It
when
was-
I ended up coming down, they actually had closed the pool. So
Yeah, we were only in there for like 5 minutes. They're like, yeah, you guys have 5 minutes, and we're like, okay, we're just trying to like cool off because we were like all sweaty because it was super hot in that gym. But yeah,
yeah. So then we ended up leaving around 9 o'clock. And we walked around the campground. Do you want to talk? Do you want to?
I mean, what?
So all right, we
we
went
did-
to there was there was a
We're all over the place.
I
love
know.
it.
There was a service at the night at the service or at the campground. You good?
Yeah. I was just
Um,
trying to make that charge. It's like my phone's a little broke, but it's okay.
there was a service at the end of the night, and so we went to that for like 20 minutes. We watched. Evan actually won a basketball because he won. Like I don't know how he got included in that because he played one game, but
yeah, they had 5 people on their roster too, which is kind of weird because like
in a 3v3 tournament. So he won a basketball, the pink and black basketball, and then he had his picture up on the screen. So it was pretty dope. It's pretty cool for him. Good job, buddy. I'm proud of you. And good job to my. It's so hot in here. Good job to my friends. You guys all you played well. Good defense, better than our defense. Good offense, better than our offense. So we went to the service. Evan won the basketball, and then we like left, and we just kind of walked around the campground for a little bit, you know. Because I've been there before. My aunt runs a campground, so I've been there quite a bit. So we went Pokemon hunting for Pokemon Go. We did a few other things. We ended up leaving around 9 because I had to be back.
yeah, you were like we were just walking. He's like, oh shoot, I gotta go.
Yeah, we had
And
to get back. So once
so
again,
the rush started again.
we were rushing to get home. It was one of those days, I guess. On the way home, Charles ended up like using this other car as a shield from the police. And then like I guess they probably felt weird because whenever like you wouldn't. What? I feel like you just didn't go about, like using them as a shield. You didn't go about that correctly. You know what I mean? Does
Because
that make
like
sense to
whenever
you?
they went to the right,
Yeah.
I went to the right.
You as soon as they switched lanes, you switched lanes.
Well, they might have thought I was trying to pass them. Because we were both going about like 90, which is not the 95 earlier, but like we were flying for sure.
Yeah, but you didn't pass them because like they would go to the right lane and then like immediately you just
Yeah, because I was like
follow.
I was kind of tailing them because like I wasn't losing or gaining distance because we were going like the same speed, but they might have thought that I was trying to pass them, and I wasn't really trying to pass them.
Well, no matter what they thought, it got to the point to where they started like bobbing and weaving in and out of traffic to try to get away from us. Is what I assumed because
Well,
they
like,
took. Do you remember? They just took off.
No, it's because we slowed down because we hit that huge patch of traffic and then we slowed down to like 80, 75,
Yeah,
whatever
that's
it
right.
was, and then they were
What
just
speed
weaving
limit?
in. Yeah, no, speed limit 70, but yeah, they were just like weaving in and out through the traffic.
Like it got to the point to where like we couldn't see them,
Yeah.
and then the traffic kind of broke off. Like we kind of got through it.
Yeah, but we
And
lost them through it. Like that boy was gone.
Yeah.
So
And then all of a sudden, that same car is on the side of the road, pulled over. And we can only assume that in efforts to get away from the traffic or to get away from us, they got pulled over. So quite a blessing, because I didn't want to get pulled over.
yeah, thankfully it wasn't us. I was actually really sad. Like that was my buddy, you know. Like
we did.
But yeah, I was kind of sad. Like not even gonna lie. Like I was like, oh, that's my buddy. Like shoot.
Almost lost your buddy. I'm sorry about that, man. So we saw that. We actually laughed pretty hard about that, because that for sure could have been us if there wasn't.
Oh, for sure.
Like if there wasn't traffic, if we wouldn't have gotten stuck. But you know, we were still in a rush to get home, even though we hit that traffic. And as soon as the traffic broke, Charles took off.
Why'd you put 105 on that?
Shut up. So we pick it back up, and Charles hit 95 going around this curve, and it was like a sharp turn, but it was like
sharp for like a highway.
Yeah. So we hit 95 going around this curve, and I thought we were gonna flip. I thought we were gonna. I
did not think so. We was just chilling.
You were just chilling. I was not.
You guys were a little scared. I wasn't like scared though. But
I don't know. Evan used that big word.
I can't even remember. I don't even remember what he said. He used like some super big vocab word. He's like some fancy term for like flipping or something like that.
It's like an endo.
I don't know what he said.
We hit that turn, almost flipped.
I wouldn't say almost.
You wouldn't say almost? Okay, I would say almost.
We had 4 on the ground.
We had 4 on the ground. I guess, yeah. We didn't flip. I think that's...
That's the better term.
We didn't flip, but we were going 95 around the pretty sharp corner on the highway. We actually, it got like I think that, I don't know, because when you picked me up, you're at like what, a quarter tank of gas.
Yeah, I was below half. I think I was a little bit above a quarter.
Gotcha.
It was like in that like.
We got to done. We coasted
3/8.
3/8.
Yeah.
3/8.
There's like a line in between, like. So yeah, that's 3/8.
I got you. We got.
What? I just said 3/8. It's a 3/8. You're like 3/8.
I understand. I get it.
Yeah, you have that much gas left. I can't
so
even talk.
Anyway, we coasted for a while because we were almost out of gas, and when we got to Dundee, we stopped to get gas. We were gonna get food, but the gas prices were so high when we got it was like what 3.
It was over
307.
Yeah, 310 it was something crazy.
A gallon.
More importantly, we turned left, right? Because
that's where the food was.
Yeah, our choices were either Wendy's or Subway, and like.
Well, there was Yeah,
and then the gas prices were crazy and stuff.
So we went to the second gas station that we saw. The prices were lower. It was right across the street from Subway.
It was still over 3.
Yeah, I think the other one was like 310, 311, and this was like 307.
Mm-hmm.
Charles only put 3 gallons in.
It was like 3 gallons.
And while I don't know how he does it, but Charles manages to get scared. He's one of the hardest people to scare, but he's also one of the easiest people to scare at the same time. It's almost simultaneous how it happens like that, because he gets out of the car. And what was the fireworks, right?
Yeah, so I was just chilling, right?
Pumping some gas.
Yeah, and then I just hear some firework just goes off. I was like, what the heck?
I can understand. I don't know. I was in the car, so I didn't even really hear the blast. I just saw Charles duck down like he was gonna get shot at. I thought I even know what I thought. Because I was more focused on the lady that was just standing a foot and a half away from Charles, watering these plants, but not saying words to Charles. Like, and then did you even notice that she was there?
No, I couldn't even see her. She was like on like the side of like the gas thing, and like so I went to step over. Like I was on the other side, so I went to step over like the thing that the hose,
yeah.
the hose that the gas was coming out of, right? And then because I was gonna go like tell them, I was like, "Yo, did you guys hear that?" Like, and I just looked to my right, and I just see this lady. I just jumped back like over the thing. I was like terrified.
So
and then Evan opened the door. He's like, "Are you good, bro?" Like,
and then like 10 seconds. So it was what it had to have been like 9:30, 9:45. In there, yeah, like 9. Yeah, so it was like 9:45, and so it was pretty dark out for a summer night, as dark as it can get, and the lights were on, and then Charles got scared because of the lady. And then the lights just like flickered on and off for like 10 seconds, I want to say. And then that scared him. And then by the end of that, we had our 3 gallons of gas. He hopped in the car, and then we were out. we skirted out. We drove right across the street to Subway.
That place could have been haunted.
It could have been.
Even though only one of those things had to deal with the gas station. Could have been haunted.
It could have been. There could have been spooky ghosts shooting off those fireworks off in the distance.
They followed us from your house, bro. The ghost from upstairs.
Actually, you know what? Don't worry about me, guys. There was nobody in my house. We're safe. We got it. After we'll get back to it because there's 4 more bullet points that we need to get to. After we stopped recording, Charles left. I made sure all the doors were locked, and we were good. We were good. There's nobody else in my house. It was just me. I watched some Netflix. Yeah, it was I edited the podcast and I uploaded it the next day. that was my night. Anyway, so getting back to it, we go to Subway. This is pretty key, not to like what he's gonna talk about, but because I don't understand what he's talking about.
I don't understand though, because you were there.
I didn't see them. All right, so my phone was dead, like it was dying, and I had to. I couldn't be dead because I was gonna. I don't even know. I could have let my phone die, honestly.
You needed it.
I needed my phone.
You did.
I guess I needed my phone. You gotta catch the Pokemon when they pop up, right? And so I was out in the car while Evan and Charles walked in. I wish Evan was here for this, honestly.
I kind of looked for the charger because there was a lot of bags in the back.
A lot of bags.
Yeah. So everything was scattered. Oh, and by the way, I found my bracelet that I talked about in the last episode. And then that day I lost it again. I have no idea where it is. It could be anywhere. It could have fell out of the car because I just kind of threw it back there and everything was just scattered. And yeah, so it was probably gone for good this time, but you never know.
So, hashtag pray for Charles's Pokemon Go bracelet.
Yeah, but I did get to use it for that day, so it was alright. But yeah, so I looked for the charger in the back, found it, and then I handed it to him, and then he was kind of messing.
I had to get into my bag to grab my cord out.
Yeah, so I walk in, and Evan's about to walk in, so we both walk in.
That's yes, generally how it goes.
Yeah.
So I'm outside. I was actually talking to you guys, but you were walking away and nobody was saying words back.
I didn't even hear you.
Yeah. So I'm talking, and they're walking away. I got my charger. I turn around. I'm like, what? So I ran into Subway, and I got the usual. The Italian BMT with lettuce, tomato, cucumber, green peppers, and chipotle sauce. The greatest sandwich there ever was, to be honest. Right? Shut up.
I've never had it, so I can't say.
It's good. Try it next time you go to Subway. Or you have the ingredients to just make that in your house. But I don't know who has this stuff in their house.
I don't think anybody
has this stuff. Well, wait. It doesn't matter. So I walk in, and they were being helped already. And so the Subway worker guy, he was like, "Hey man, how can I help you? You want a sandwich?" Obviously, because why would he offer me any other food?
You
Stop
can
it.
get salads.
You get salad?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you would know that. Anyway.
No, I don't really eat salad that much. But like, I just remember remember I told you in the car? Like,
Oh yeah, that lady was just flaming the kid. I remember that.
Because he was making the salad, and she's like, "No, put more of that," or like cut it up more, or stuff like that. He was just getting cooked.
Yeah. So the guy was like, "Do you like how can I help you?" So I was like, I just told my order. He made it, and then like they sat down, and then I paid. I got my drink. I actually didn't even get my drink. I was like, "Can I just get some water?" And then I didn't grab my water cup. I didn't get a water cup. So I was just thirsty. It doesn't matter. We had water in the car that I didn't drink. So I sit down and they're both like, "Dude, did you see the girl that was helping us?" And I was like, "No, the guy was helping me."
But the guy helped Evan too. Like, you don't understand. All right, so Evan went first, right?
So then the guy helped him.
And then the girl helped me.
Yeah.
And the guy came back around. So she was like making my sub, bro. You just weren't paying attention.
I was looking at the guy making my sub. She was asking me key questions to the enjoyment of my sandwich. Would you like that toasted? What kind of cheese would you like? Was it hard-hitting questions, all right? You need to think about those. So I was focused. I'm sorry.
Don't you get the same thing, though? Like,
shut up. Yeah.
You don't gotta think about that.
Stop. So, you guys, you wanna talk about the Subway girl that you...
All right, yeah. So, basically, we're going back to the sandwich line, right? And, so Evan went first. The guy helped him, and then the girl helped me, right? And then the guy went back around, but Evan got his toasted, so I technically cashed out first because his wasn't done yet, and then so I went to sit down first. I picked the table and all, and then so those two walk over. What?
No, you keep going.
Oh, okay. So those two walk over about the same time, and I'm like, "Bro, did you see that? She was beautiful." And then they just both start dying. I was like, "What?" She was a dime, right? And then, so yeah, we were just eating, talking. Oh, and Evan was like, "So you gonna say something or what?" I was like,
I think that this is where we went wrong. I'm not
What?
even gonna lie. No, when Evan said, "So, you gonna say something?" I think that's where
"What?"
the situation spiraled because you hyped yourself up.
No,
anyway.
I was already going to though.
Oh, okay. So
yeah,
you keep
I
going.
Said that, yeah, I was already going to. I told him, I was like, "Dude, I was already thinking about it, right?"
Yeah.
And that kind of just I guess you could say that pushed me over. I was like,
Yeah, push me to the edge.
from
right?
from 95% to 100. So I was probably gonna do it anyways.
So okay, all right.
And then she she went to the back, right? And then we were about to leave, and I was like, "Oh shoot, she's not even here." So then they're like, "We'll wait outside for you."
Yeah,
we're gonna leave.
I didn't want to crowd the situation, you know. You gotta make sure that a man has his room to shoot. You gotta get that pullback and follow through. So it's just
they're walking out, and I hear them. One of them was like, I don't remember which one, but
I was jumping up and down. I think I was jumping up and down, and Evan was air strumming a guitar.
No. This is when you guys were walking out. I heard you guys were talking to each other, and I heard one of them be like, "I'm gonna watch through the window." I was like, "What the heck?"
Oh yeah.
I just started dying, and then
we did it. We watched right through the window.
And we thought so. How did you not see her?
I saw her after that.
Okay, you acted like you never seen her once.
No, I saw her. I just didn't understand what you guys were talking about. When I sat down, you're like, "Did you see her?" And I was like,
"Oh, I thought you meant you didn't see her the whole time." That makes more sense. Okay. So yeah, I went to go throw away my trash and stuff while I waited, and then she walks out. Right, she starts cleaning the table, and then what are you laughing about?
Nothing. Say what you said.
So I don't understand how it's so funny.
Say it. Say what you said.
So I walked back over there. She's cleaning the table. I was like, I don't remember how I started. I was like, "Hey," and then she looked over, and then I said, "I just want to let you know that I think you're beautiful, and I hope you have a great night." And then she was like, "Aw, thanks. I hope you have a great night too." And I just walked away like a man.
Then he walked out to us. I was jumping up and down, and Evan was strumming a guitar, or fist pumping.
He was going like that. Yeah, he was.
There was a lot.
It was so funny. I was like, bro, like really? They
you
were
see
like
us
about
outside
to
the
get in
window?
the car and stuff, huh?
Could you see us outside the window?
Yeah, when I was about to walk out, like as I got closer, yeah.
Okay. Because I think Evan was doing that the whole time. I honestly think he was.
I just saw him open the door to the car because I like unlocked it as I was walking out, and then he just starts going, "Hey," and just starts doing his little dances. I guess I kind of like, all right, so we did it again. Like I kind of like did what he did, but you can't see that. So
You're right. I think I've done that a few times.
yeah, they can't really see this, but it's
For
okay.
now.
Yeah, it'll come eventually.
Eventually, we're moving to YouTube. Hopefully, maybe, probably not. I don't. Yeah, it's all part of the plan, I guess.
So yeah, then we started driving home. We got a little bit of gas. I think I got up to like, I don't know, more than I was at. Maybe back to a quarter.
Wasn't that when you were stuck behind 3 cars and there was a truck next to you and the dude was like flashing you to get
I
over?
wasn't even stuck. I had a clear path, and like there was just a truck like off in the distance. Right, he was like close to where we could like see him, but like we weren't like near him. If that makes any sense. And it was dark at this point. Like I think we said that, but it was light before. Then it got dark.
Yeah, it was dark.
That's how it works. Like the sun goes down.
Well, you asked, you're like, oh, when did it get dark? And then I don't remember if it was me or Evan. But we were like, probably at night, and in the nighttime.
So yeah, that happened, and
yeah, we made it home
yeah,
safe.
then-
Oh,
wait,
you want to
what?
go? You got more? Was there more?
we didn't even. We literally just stopped in the middle of. So yeah, so basically
Oh.
we just see some cop lights flash.
Oh
on.
yeah!
And then this semi just gets pulled over out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't even going that fast. I was going 90 at the time, and then.
Charles consistently drives a 90.
But
I have a
after that, I
roadie zone.
chilled. I went 80 to 85 because I was feeling grateful at that point that a second time, like, I kind of got bailed out. I don't even know why they would have stopped a semi, but, like, yeah, I would have eventually caught up to them and then I would have been screwed. So
Yeah, it's all good though.
it worked in our favor.
It worked out. It was a good day.
Yeah.
We got home safe.
And then I got flamed because I didn't ask for a number or anything. But it's
Yeah.
okay. By a lot of people, but it's okay.
Yeah. But we got a plan for that. It doesn't matter. We can get to that.
Yeah, maybe next week.
We can get to that later.
Yeah.
So I guess that brings us to our question of the day. Right?
Yeah, we made it home safe. I don't know.
Yeah, we're safe, obviously.
Yeah.
We're here to talk about it. Question of the day. What would you have done if you were in Charles's situation? Charles was in the situation, so he doesn't have to answer the question, so it's my turn to answer the question.
Oh shoot, I forgot about this. You like answer it. Okay,
Yeah.
let's get it. Let's hear it.
Nothing. I would have done nothing.
So you would have just walked away, like you wouldn't have said
I
anything.
just walked out. I'd have just left it as is. I'd have been like, that was a beautiful girl. It's time to go. I gotta get home. I gotta sleep in my bed.
And like to be fair, it wasn't really my intention to like get her number or anything. I just wanted to like give her a nice little compliment, you know, and then
Then walk
yeah,
out.
she just had a huge smile on her face, and that kind of made my day. So I wouldn't have done it any differently. Maybe I would have, like,
Tiny bit. Tiny bit.
yeah. Like I wouldn't have, like maybe like
No, I had us
keep it
around.
going for like 5 seconds longer, and then ask for like her snap or a number or something. But it is what it is. So
It happened. It's over.
and like that was like 20 minutes away from where we lived, and I was like, do I really want to, like, yeah.
Yep. All right.
That's just kind of how it
So that's it. Answer the question in the comments below on SoundCloud. We are coming. The podcast is coming to iTunes. I have to work out a few kinks before we get that.
And YouTube, right?
YouTube eventually.
Then you'll be able to see us.
You will be able to see us, but that's not for a little bit. I'm gonna
Oh,
keep it
for
real
real?
with you. Keep it 100. I don't
We're
like
not
saying
phone recording like we said last
that.
time.
No, my camera can't do that, and your
Don't
phone
even-
is no.
Yeah.
So we're gonna figure it out. We'll get it on iTunes eventually. I gotta Photoshop some stuff. I gotta just upload it. I gotta get around to doing that. So it'll be a good time. Yeah. So thanks for listening to the podcast. Just your weekly reminder. What's up?
I don't think we said our names once. Oh yeah, we did at the beginning. But like, for the new people, like.
All right. Well, my name's Elijah. This is Charles. Charles. Yep. He talks. Hopefully, he's talking louder this week than he was.
Oh, I definitely am. I can already like.
You can tell. All right.
Yeah.
But just here's your weekly reminder. You got to tuck your homies in at night. All right.
Yeah, they don't, or you don't want them to get cold.
Got to make sure they're loved. You think they're some cuties. All right.
See ya.
Thanks for listening.